Hello and welcome to this very special training on how to set up, launch, and promote events on Facebook. We're going to give you our absolute best practices that we here at Total Success Marketing use for our clients when they need our help setting up an event. These best practices are often overlooked by people. They just kind of randomly set up events. They don't really think clearly about how to best maximize that. And in this video, we're going to address those things. I think you're going to find it super beneficial, whether you're going to put out a one-time event or whether you're going to promote something that goes on a weekly basis, whatever the case may be. I think you'll find this super beneficial. Also, we're going to give you the opportunity to look at inside our ninja secrets, our super insider tips of what we do to launch events, the things that we teach in our six-figure systems program. We'll give you an opportunity to see how that works. Anyway, enjoy this training, and just know that once this is over, you'll also be able to look at this anytime you want and be able to follow step by step anytime you set up an event. So take good notes or get your laptop out and set up an event as we go through this, and you'll be amazed at what you learn and the things that you'll be able to accomplish. All right, we'll see you in the training. All right, welcome to this best practices video on how to create a great event for Facebook and get the most bang for your buck. We're going to cover in here what we consider to be absolute best practices for you to get maximum reach with the least amount of effort. We have more detailed, more advanced information in the six-figure systems marketing training, but this will get you a great start. And if you want to learn more, then you'll have the opportunity to be able to jump in that group and check it out. But let's get started on how to do a great Facebook event. And here's the number one thing before I even begin to show you the steps, which I'm going to walk you through step by step. Put everything together with great forethought. It's like painting a house, right? If you do all the prep work, painting goes relatively fast and the result is great. If you try and do your prep work at the same time you're doing painting or just a few minutes ahead, if you've ever experienced that, then you know things don't come out very well. The job doesn't look very good. It takes you more time, causes you more frustration. And that's what happens to most people when they put together Facebook events. They have very little forethought. They put it together hastily. They don't follow best practices. And then they end up putting out an event, even maybe putting money behind the event, and they don't get a return on their investment. And they've spent time, they've spent money, and all they've gotten was frustration and less than optimal outcome. So as I roll you through this, I'm going to point out best practices and mistakes that we see people make, and also, and conversely, the successes that you can have with this. So starting from absolute scratch, first thing, log into Facebook. When you do, you'll probably be logged into your personal profile. No problem with that. All you need to do then from here is click Home. Home will take you to your news feed where most of us spend our time looking at other people's information, looking for events, looking for ads, whatever the case may be. Go over here to the left-hand side, and you're going to find under Explore, you will see Events. Just click that. Then the events that Facebook thinks you might have interest in, or events that you have shown interest in, will appear, and you'll see them in the string, and you'll know you're in the right place. For us, though, what we want to do is this big blue button right here. We want to create our own event. Now, I've seen people make this mistake, so this is what I consider one of the best practices. You have to decide, is this a public event or a private event? For the most part, people want to do public events, but since they don't pay attention, they just click the very first thing that comes up, private event. Well, that may not fit. So if you're creating an event where maybe you want people to come into your business for, say, a grand opening, or maybe an anniversary special because it's your store's 1 year anniversary, you probably want a public event. So we're going to just focus on a public event for the moment. And from here now, you're going to get a large window that opens up, as you can see, and there's going to be several things to fill out. Again, because you're watching this video, you can put this together with some forethought and save yourself a lot of time filling out this information sheet to create the event. Now, I've created a public event. That's perfect. If it was wrong, I could change it right here. Now, the event host. If you have only one business page, then fine, it will pop up here. I own or have access to several business pages because I run marketing campaigns for a lot of people and I have several businesses. So I want to choose the appropriate page. And for me, let's make this an Operation Limitless event. So this event is going to come from my Operation Limitless page. So if you are a pet groomer and your page was Pet Groomers Are Us, you just want to make sure that Pet Groomers Are Us is picked in this box. Then we're going to go down and it says required info. You really don't want to leave any of this stuff out. If you want to get maximum reach through Facebook for the least amount of money and the least amount of time, then fill these things out correctly and be prepared. First thing is put in a photo or a video. Now you can add video, but I think for an event that photo is perfectly fine. And Facebook will typically take the image off of your business page and auto-populate it to this window. Now for me, that's what I wanted, it's fine. However, you may want to put in a specific image, so click the button. You will go find the specific image that you had created in advance and you'll put it in this spot, right? And you just have to double click and put it in here. Now, here's a best practices tip for you. This image here needs to be 1920 by 1080 or 16 by 9 aspect ratio. So have that image pre-done, maybe placed on your desktop or in a file where you can find it easily when you hit the change photo button. And if you don't know how to size a photo, you can go to canva.com. It's one of our favorite things to use. You can use the free site and you can find the Facebook event and you can resize your photo. Might take you, a few minutes to do that, but it's free and you can get it done. There are other sites as well. I don't get anything from Canva. It's just an easy site to use that many people are familiar with. Then you're going to go ahead and import it into here. As long as it looks nice, you're good to go. I like this image. This is what I was going to use. By happenstance, it fits, so I'm moving on. Now, event name. Make it clear and short. You have 64 characters maximum, and you would like it to be the shorter, the better, so none of it gets cut off. Even though you get 64 characters, if you type too long, the first word or two could easily get cut off, and then people don't know what you're doing. Operation Limitless Confidence Training. And boom. Okay, now what's the location? Well, for your location, just start typing in your street address. If you've, say, got a brick and mortar business, which we're assuming for this video, you just start typing that in until it auto-populates. If you were doing something at a brick and mortar business, let's say that was a chain, let's say McDonald's, you could type in McDonald's. I probably have to do it properly. If you notice, it brings up a whole bunch of McDonald's, and you could easily make a mistake in picking the wrong one. So when you do that, if you type in McDonald's, be very careful with what you pick. So I recommend typing in the actual address. Right, and so I'm typing in the actual address, and you'll see that eventually it starts to come up, and then I would click that one. And now I know that it's giving me the people closest to the address that that will actually see this, right? So this event is not going out everywhere. It's staying closer to the people that can actually um, take part in my event. So it's one of those things that's really important. Picking the wrong address and people in your own local area might not ever even see it, right? So description. Now here, this is very important too. I recommend typing this out in advance, knowing that you're going to get about the first 2 sentences only seen by the public. You can put as much information as you want in the description box, but if you start telling a story like this is, whoops, you start telling a story in this box like this is going to be an incredible, I'm not typing well today, incredible experience in the, blah, 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 blah. People aren't going to have any interest in that. They want to know information quickly and then decide if they want to read more. So you want to type a description that's very, very pointed. So if I was the dog groomer, it would be get your dog's hair and nails trimmed for free today only, right? And so at least that first line description is short and to the point. Again, I can put as much as I want in here, and there's some advantages doing that, but not at the expense of those first 2 sentences. Okay, so if I was, say, once I'm done with that, I want to come down to category, and if I was, say, having a wellness event, I would classify Operation Limitless as a wellness event. But if it was, if I was putting on an event where I was raising money for the prevention of cancer, or I had a client where I was helping doing a fundraiser, I'd pick cause, right? If I was doing something where I was trying to bring people into my fitness facility, I was doing a free nutritional workshop, I'd pick health. Make it relevant to what your business is, what the event is, what the description is. Keep all these things congruent. Super important. Now, when you get to frequency, most people's events are a one-day thing, or they may do something on a weekly basis. My recommendation is if you've got a weekly event, they might have a different or even slightly different theme to them. You might want to just set up separate weekly events. So we're just talking about a daily event. It's a one-time deal. Of course, pick the appropriate date and time and make sure that you follow this format, that you actually pick the wrong date. I mean, the right date, not the wrong date. And pick the end and pick the times and double check the times. Again, forethought. Do the prep work before you do the paint, right? Do the prep work before you cook the meal so that you get this absolutely perfect, right? And so go from there. Now we're going to move down. Now, co-hosts. This can be really impactful because it allows other businesses to be able to share your information more readily and help bring more people to your event. So in this event for Operation Limitless, my martial arts facility will be co-hosting the event because part of the event will take place in their facility. So I can put them down as a co-host. Now, anybody at Personal Mastery Martial Arts will be more readily able to share this information on their page, share it inside their groups, other things like that. So if you have a co-host, use it. If it's a person, you can put in a person. Use the @ symbol and tag them. Okay? Details. Keywords. Now, keywords can be slightly tricky in the fact that Many people just skip the keywords because they'll start typing in something that Facebook doesn't designate as a keyword, and they'll just get frustrated and they stop. And they just go, screw it, I'm just going to skip it. Don't do that. Find something that fits. Well, they're not going to give me wellness as a keyword. Health. Okay, so it's got some health categories. Public health policy, it's not that. Health class, no. Health fair, no. Mental health, no. So let's try something else. Let's say I was a dog groomer. Dogs. Pets. Okay, so pet supply, Petica. Whatever it is, try and find a keyword that fits. All right. Fitness training. It won't give me confidence. It won't give me wellness. So I would just have to continue to type some words in here until I found something. Just for the sake of our pet example, I'll just use pet supplies, right? So you can see how it brought it up as a keyword. And just pick 2 or 3 keywords. You don't need, 50 of them. Just come up with the ones that are most relevant. Kid friendly. Well, pet event may or may not be kid friendly. You decide, right? And so it is. Now, messaging. Messaging is becoming more and more the norm. Like texting and Facebook Messenger have become vastly more popular than email and even answering phone calls. So my suggestion is turn messaging on, because you're going to allow more people to send you messages and be able to respond and get information about your event. Okay. And so be prepared with that, because it can be a very, very big draw for people, knowing that they're getting live people that are going back and forth, helping them get more information to determine whether or not it's a proper event for them to attend. Super, super important. Now, tickets. If you're going to sell tickets, or whether you're going to give tickets away for free, have this ticket URL done in advance. So for my Operation Limitless event, you don't buy a ticket, but there is a registration fee. So I just have that window open in advance. I copy that link, and then I just, bam, put it right in. And I get ready. If I'm going to put out an event, things are usually ready to go. So although you can schedule events in advance, I recommend, if you're doing all this properly, that you're going to be ready to go when you create the event. So just make it on sale now. But of course, you can choose custom dates if you want. But I don't like to revisit things multiple times if I don't have to. And then options here under who can post and those kind of things. You can, of course, make it very, very locked down, so only you can make posts to this event. You can approve it, so people can post, but then you approve, or anyone can post. Unless you have some real reason, let anyone post, or use the anyone can post, but you're going to approve it option. Because people want to interact more and more. So I think that's important to allow them to be able to do that. And then the last thing is guest list. Just think about the guest list this way. Nobody wants to be the only one that shows up at a party. Nobody wants to wonder whether other people are coming to the party. So we recommend displaying the guest list. You don't have to, but it tends to make it better. I know when I was looking at some events earlier this week, I wanted to know who was attending what, see if there was anybody there I knew, so I was grateful for the events that had that on there, right? And that's it. You're basically done. You can then save it. Maybe you want to think about some changes. Maybe you want to, possibly think, well, maybe I don't really like that picture, or maybe when you got to here, you forgot to get your URL for your tickets, you can just save it in a draft so that you don't have to recreate this, then bring it back up later and you can make any changes you want. Other than that, you're going to hit create and bam, now your event's out there. And from there, yeah, I'm not going to hit create on this because I don't want to delete it. From there, you can make some simple choices. I'll hit create just so you can see the choices. And from here now, you see that you can determine whether you want to show the map or message host. There's just some little things in here. And you can also boost this event. This is the part I really wanted to show you, is you can boost this event, which means you're going to put money behind it. You're going to pick a target audience and send it out. Again, I would not boost an event until you're sure of your targeting. This is an often just waste of money for people because they don't understand boosting and targeting. That's something that we teach in our six-figure system. And I just want to make sure that you understand how that works. And then you can share it all over the place. You have to be careful when you do this if you see how somebody was already commenting down here and on this event, and I'm going to delete it, but I want you to know that it's commenting again, right? And so share it where it's appropriate. And this is where you'd also come if you need to make that edit. All right, so really important. And then if you do find you've made a mistake, you don't really want it to go out something, click the three dots over here and cancel the event. So I'm canceling this event now because I don't want people to start buying tickets to that. And so I'm actually going to delete it because I don't want to just cancel it. I'm going to put up a proper event. So I'm going to delete this one altogether. And then it's going to just go away. So hopefully very few people saw this. And, when I put up the actual event for May, then it's not going to be an issue, right? So we've canceled the event, or excuse me, we've deleted the event. It's not there anymore. And if I want, I can go through and it'll give me the option to just create it all over or do something else here, right? And so that's it. Those are the best practices for creating a Facebook event. Again, the more forethought, having the links, properly sized image, pre-done descriptions where you've checked your spelling, pre-done explanation or title of the event. All these things pre-done on a Word doc or whatever in advance will save you a massive amount of time and will make your setup of an event a lot better. So hopefully you found this interesting. You found this beneficial. Like I say, in our six-figure systems training, we have much more detailed information on boosting, targeting, how to get more people to your events, a 19-point event checklist, things like that. And we'll supply you with a link below on how you can check out that program where we cover weekly new marketing tips. We become a great marketing resource for many of our clients. Just check in there each week, do the live training, or watch the recorded calls. Well, that's it for this. I'm Brett Lechtenberg with Total Success Marketing and Six-Figure Marketing Systems. Hope you enjoy this, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.